What's up, SNA Assassinator? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video. And this is the wrestling news on April 10th, 20, no, 10th, 9th, the 9th. The 10th not until tomorrow. And speaking of which, just to give you, let you guys know a heads up that I will be doing a back-to-back news video on my other channel, Super Ninja Austin. SNA Entertainment. And I'm going to be doing I'm gonna be doing a back-to-back videos. Like one half is gonna be about the one half is the wrestling news. I'm not wrestling, no animation. The other half is the movie news. Just to let you know, just because I'm gonna take the Easter day off, like on Sunday. So yeah, just gonna do a double video tomorrow and probably next week because WrestleMania weekend's gonna be on that week, so I'm gonna be doing a back-to-back video, and I'm gonna probably need all the time in the world to review. To get ready to watch night two of WrestleMania night two, right? And then even though I'm probably gonna be doing the review afterwards, I'm probably all the time that I need to get prepared for it. But yeah, I might let you assassinators know that here on the latest wrestling news video on any updates, like I always tell you, like what I'm gonna do on any podcast. But if it's on this channel or the other channel, I'm gonna give you some latest accurate updates on what's going on right now. But yeah, but back to the video, like we're gonna be talking about the wildest and intriguing wrestling news stories, rumors that you assassinators need to know, which is gonna be on the Wrestling Inc. today, and it includes backstage report claims WWE signed former divas and 24/7 champion to a Legends deal, of course, and we got some exclusive list of things from AEW Dynasty 2025 and where to go from here. Into the big interesting question, and Bully Ray explains who's to blame for AEW officiating issues. Anthony Bowens won't rule out a tag team reformation, but has a big singles goal like in AEW. Bully Ray paints dire picture of AEW backstage. Uh, and Mark Henry says this AEW star impressed the sugar honey iced tea out of him at Dynasty. And Anthony Khan explains why it took so long for AEW pay-per-views. Took so long for AEW to run a pay-per-view in Philadelphia. And Dave Meltzer explores situation between AEW and Camille, how they go there, and much more. And please make sure to hit the subscribe button and the post notification bell for more of SNA's videos. And also, I subscribe on this other channel, SNA Entertainment, which I did rename the what's it called, the username, which is SNA Entertainment 2019, and link is in the description box below. And yeah, I'm gonna be making history on that channel by doing the first ever back-to-back news video, but for animation and movies. Since I'm gonna be busy for Easter, because I believe it's this Sunday, while next Sunday is gonna be WrestleMania night 2. So yeah, unfortunately, I won't be able to have some time off to be doing any of those type of videos. But moving on, let's get started on the first news. As backstage reports claims, WWE signed a former Divas and 24/7 champion into a Legends deal. Since the start of the year, WWE has been moving quickly to secure some former big time names to WWE Legends contracts. Like the first was Dom, uh, Demolition back in February, with some even wonder if it could be leading to a WWE Hall of Fame induction for the iconic duo. And And then in March, like WWE Hall of Famer and the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, inked a Legends deal as well, officially bringing him back into WWE fold. Now it says like it appears like a former WWE Diva champion, and I mean has done the same. Fightful Select like reports that Kelly is now believed to be under a Legends contract with WWE. No word like was provided upon when Kelly and WWE came to terms. Like, and the former WWE star has yet to comment this. Like signed by WWE at the age of 19, like Kelly debuted on the ECW brand as the on-screen girlfriend of Mike Knox in back all the way back in 2006. And it said like it initially appearing like in a non wrestling role, she would make her in ring debut in August 2006, teaming with Knox and Tess to take on Sandman, Tommy Dreamer, and Tori Wilson in a losing effort. Of course, that is like she would only wrestle the sparringly for the next year and a half, like but by 2008 was working a full schedule. Like she would finally break through in 2011, winning the Divas Championship from Brie Bella in June holding it for a whopping 104 days before dropping it to Beth Phoenix. Kelly departed WWE in 2012 and with the intent of yes of pursuing outside of the ring projects and later starred in the reality TV series W- uh, WAGSLA and the Real Housewives and the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She would later return to WWE for select appearances, including winning the WWE 24/7 championship in 2019 and more notably she has competed in 2019, 2020, and the 2022 Women's Royal Rumble matches, with the latter serving as her last match to date. What are your thoughts on to uh to this rumor? And do you think that this is true? She signed a Legends deal, and do you think that we could be seeing an on-screen appearance from Kelly, into her return in some capacity? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. I think that is some truth into this. If it wasn't, how come this is on the news? Anybody could say anything, or things I was like, how come it's been leaked like this in this way? Well, there could be some kind of deal, yeah. And she might have signed a WWE that got her in. That could give her the Legends deal, given that she was somewhat sort of a legend. Even though I wouldn't really use that in her category because one, she's still young. I mean, you don't have to be older and have to wrestle for a long time to be a legend, but she was one of the iconic women's wrestlers in the Divas era in WWE. One of the I'll say the pioneered success of that era. I should say I can't say that, but I would say go by legend. She still looks like a wrestler. I would perform at a what's it called at a full time base. even at probably at the age of 37, 38, like she still probably can move around like if she's still in her 20s. But we're gonna have to wait and see when that day comes. If WWE, what's the big plan for her in WWE? If she is part of a Legends deal, and how they gonna book her? Which something just tells me probably special occasions like Royal Rumble appearances, and maybe one off like SummerSlam and WrestleMania type of appearances. But yeah, let me know, assassinators, in the comment section right down below. But I think that yeah, that may be it, and yeah, like hopefully that we do see her soon if these reports are true. But anyways, we got some moving on. We got AEW Dynasty 2025 and where to go from here. Like, and if there's one you one thing can say about AEW Dynasty is that Anthony Khan is thinking hard about how to get to the card he wants, like at All in Texas, like in July, of course, like from the FTR heel turn, to the extreme emphasis like on the Owen Hart Cup tournament, like to the returns of Kazuchika Okada and the Young Bucks. Bleh. Like, what's so exciting about them? Like, because they're the bitch man and the irresponsible EVPs that couldn't even run a retail store. But anyways, but everything like speaks like to a star-studded like lineup like for what is rapidly become the AEW's WrestleMania. This is assuming like the fan base doesn't like riot like before we get there. Like, but without further ado, like how are we going to All In? Like, and if not there, like where? Like which that rhymes, so that's definitely true in the situation. Like, and a very curious, interesting question like that. That the question this column will endeavor to answer like based on like an analyst of the event of dynasty and a general reading like of the AEW landscape, like the one match we're not going like to discuss like here is like Adam Cole like TNT title victory over Daniel Garcia, since that match was clearly the end of the story. Like, and no new story has immediately presented itself, and everything like else however like has a whole host like of directions like it could go like on the road like to Arlington like with dynasty over where like do we go from here, and a very intriguing question. Here we go, like we got MJF, like will MJF uh, 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 will MJF the hurt will the Hurt Syndicate embrace MJF? I mean to say, and a very interesting question right here to start the video off. It wasn't difficult to predict that the Hurt Syndicates, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, were going to retain the AEW World Tag Team Championships over the Learning Trees, Big Bill and Brian Keith. Like, and it also wasn't like hard to see that MJF would interfere like in an attempt to get on the good side of the champions, like, and in the match itself was like nothing like to write home about, like, but like the stories like that go come like out of it like are like interesting, while Benjamin and Lashley like didn't look entirely thrilled about MJF's interference. interfering more likely the better term. Uh, like they did retain their tag titles, and MJF didn't get in the way of anyway, since he was seated behind the ring barricade. It was some of the most subtle interference we've seen in professional wrestling in quite some time, though that's partially due to an AEW production botch. Before it was replayed, it seems this could continue for a few weeks, or even until Double or Nothing. And with MJF staying out of the way, but assisting the champions until he can no longer be ignored. With the way the AEW tag team scene is right now, that seems like the best possible story of for the Hurt Syndicate. While a powerhouse tag team in the Young Bucks did return later in the night, it doesn't seem like they're going to be focused on the titles anytime soon, which I understand why they wouldn't. Maybe they're afraid of my boys, them Hurt Syndicate, because they'll put the hurt on them because they hurt people. But anyways, when it comes to the challengers, Chris Jericho lost his Ring of Honor World Championship, later in the night, so in theory, he doesn't exactly have a leg to stand on when it comes to being angry with Big Bill and Brian Keith. That they also lost their match, at least they didn't lose gold in the process, since they never had it. It's likely, however, Jericho will find a reason to be angry at them, and blame them, and hopefully this is where we finally see Big Bill and Brian Keith break out of the Chris Jericho vortex, and go on to do their own things, which I'll say in their benefit, hopefully that does works out on them. Things do their own things. If rumors are to be believed, like that Jericho is moving away from ROH. Now that he's lost the title, the next logical step would be for the learning tree to implode with a match at hopefully Double or Nothing, but likely at All In Texas, to wrap up the story. Next up, we got, could the women's Owen Hart Cup surprise people? And very interesting questions. I think this year will indeed be the case. But yeah, for starters, I'm gonna talking about with the timeless Tony Storm retaining her championship, which we all knew that was gonna happen. At AEW Dynasty, the questions of who will be her challenger at AEW All In, on July 12th, is a step closer to being answered, in that is if she holds it until then, the challenger will be determined via the 2025 Owen Hart Foundation tournament, which kicked off at AEW Dynasty as TBS champion Mercedes Moné eliminated Julia Hart. That leaves 7 women left in the tournament, but where AEW could go with the two sides. The bracket could be more surprising than most people suspect. which yeah, it's starting to be in that way, and that's 100% accurate. And I think this is showing like that you should definitely care about these type of these women that's in the bracket, except for two in particular. But we're gonna get into no biased opinions and whatnot. Like we're just gonna just talk about like this could be a very amazing what that aspect like into this year's tournament. And whoever wins, yeah, will definitely guarantee himself a shot at the championship for Timeless's belt, like which I'm gonna just say right now. But back to the match of the first bracket, like which starting like with Monet, since she has already like advanced like into the semifinals. Like she is either going to face either Harley Cameron, a girl that could possibly be her tag team partner, like who may or may not have Minnie Monet by her side, but will like certainly want revenge after losing to the CEO at Grand Slam in her home country of Australia, like or like the current ROH Women's Champion that claims she's gonna forever be the champion, the instigating hypocrite Athena. Yeah, like we've already like talked extensively like about Monet and Athena, like finally like having the match that everyone wants to see, like with our initial predictions like being like that it would be matched at All In Texas, like but assuming like that Athena beats Harley, like which we do, like well that's what y'all think. Wrestling Inc. SNA sure as hell don't think it is, and I believe that they're speaking. Oh yeah, come in. Yeah, but he's gonna be out here. Okay, no problem. Okay. He's awake too. Okay, I'm coming. Yeah, I think I probably can. Okay, well, just give it to her, I guess, and give it to me. You know, thank you so much. Oh, thank you so. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome as well. Okay, no problem. I'm gonna make sure you got ready, like prepared. Yeah. All right, y'all have fun. Well, you know that it's working. Like you know. Yeah, you're welcome. Where is the bikes are right there. Yeah. For sure, everything's going to be crazy. Yeah, come on. It's like a little from like chocolate. That would be some kind of cameo with Disney. Like they, when they make like certain animals or other characters, there's like some kind of an Easter egg, like from the other Disney cartoon movie. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, assassinators. It says right here. Will they meet at the semifinals, which will likely probably take place on the April 16th episode of AEW Dynamite, as that will take place in Monet's own hometown of Boston, Massachusetts. Which I wonder who's going to get the home field. I wonder who's going to be getting that home field advantage in favor of getting the advantage. Which hopefully that will be the case. And Monet will, hopefully that home field advantage will help her out. But we're going to get into that when it's that time to talk about that. But what's more that will be like the show where AEW Dynamite surpasses the length of the longest running weekly televised wrestling televised show on TBS and TNT. And that is WCW Monday Nitro. Was the air so they will want to load that show up, I mean to say. On the other side of the bracket, we got Jamie Hayter will go one on one with Billy Stark, and while Kristen Statlander will face off with Thunder Rosa. This is difficult to call, as one part from Billy has a genuine chance of making the finals. No disrespect to Billy, but it's just not her time yet. Which that's understandable, with wrestling explained it, but it's the facts. You can't really argue what anybody's saying about that. Maybe she will get the opportunity once she finds herself, but at the same time, she's being pretty reckless. She's cashing out. I mean, she's writing checks that she can't cash out. I mean to say, yeah. Therefore, she needs a whole lot of work to be done before she can even get into the more categories of championship success. But anyways, there's a lack thereof, in least in AEW's actual shows, your actual brand, I should say. But that means that Hater will reach the semifinals. But whether it be faces off with Kristen Statlander or Thunder Rosa, which hopefully is going to be Rosa, is up for discussion. For my money, their money. I'll say Rosa is. I put my money on her. If I have any of it, but can I see Statlander reaching the semifinals, setting her up setting up her against Hater in the next round. Then the tricky part begins with Monet will likely keep a hold of her TBS championship until AEW All In Texas, meaning that in theory she is going to suffer probably her first AEW loss of the tournament, with win a match against Athena. I would have maybe guessed a Thunder Rosa or a Jamie Hayter, but I don't think Athena's gonna be taking the W. Even though, some say I'm being a bit too offensive, but it's Athena. She's should not deserve any kind of spotlight for messing with the CEO, because she has the price to pay, which that's probably gonna be an AEW All In. But yeah, what else it says right here? They're almost certain. They're almost certain that they want her to win. In Athena, almost certainly a win over the fallen goddess. Excuse me for a moment yet again. Okay. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. We got yeah. What's it? Next up, we got the who's gonna be your challenger is gonna be the big, interesting question. Like eight. Yeah. Oh yeah. What I'm talking about? What am I talking about? I mean, got some stuff about yeah. Skinny version. We got yeah. Who's gonna be Timeless Tony Storm's next to challenger? And it says right here, Timeless Tony Storm retained. What's her name? Megan Bain with the most devastating move in all of pro wrestling, the surprise roll up. Yeah, no, what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, because it says Megan Bain, with a very impressive kick out by the goddess of the Megacyst. I then kick out of a very impressive kick out, and we and she had an epic. And Time was Tony Storm also had an epic clash at what a Revolution in their bloodied up a Hollywood ending match, and and yeah, and Megan Bain was extremely credible, uh, like especially the challenger, like and she's been very credible, like and very impressive, like since she very impressive, like since she joined in January, and then however, like it feels like there's still like more that to explore between these two women, especially after like the numerous attempts like of interference, like from Penelope Ford, like on Bane's behalf during this match, and of course like the abrupt roll up ending, like that ending like worked like well against May at AEW Collision, AEW Grand Slam 20 Australia, because yeah, we basically knew like there would be like then likely be another match like between these women, like and it could be why it feels like we need a rematch here once again, even if yeah Thomas Tony Storm does retains is a very interesting question into the matter, but yeah, but there's also not much for Storm to do like right now, like with the AEW Women's World Champion, like waiting for who's gonna win the On Her Cup tournament. Like still like to see who's gonna be the finalists of the culminating for her to defend it, like which not locked in just yet, like necessarily be a champion, like when the winning winner like of the tournament gets yeah you don't have to be champion, because what if we do a build up like or get I mean well, no like in AEW All In Texas, we could see like yeah AEW could work a build to Megan Bain like up like to go to her match with Tony Storm undefeated. So a rematch with the champion, while many like of the other women like are battling like it out like in the tournament, like makes sense, like a stipulation like match between the pair could be like really exciting, like at double or nothing, and Storm like winning like after beating like the hell out of Bane in a hardcore match would make her look much stronger than just the roll up. Like it says right here that it seems likely like Storm will still hold on to the championship by the time All In happens, and like and challenge by either Mercedes Moné, which is likely, or even unlikely Athena, which hopefully it is going to be the CEO to do the dream match. And sorry, timeless Tony Storm, like, but that women's world championship, better sign up really nice, because that'll be perfect for the collection of Miss Mercedes Monet here. But anyways, but like no matter what, like there's still plenty of time to be like filled like between now, like in All In, like so a rematch with Bane would fit like quite well in that like time period, since AEW hasn't exactly built up any other women outside of the ongoing Owen Hart situation, Owen Hart Cup situation, I should say, in the tournament. Oh yeah, and before then we also got you got the well FTR like trail will spur into a long-awaited tag team reunion, which it says right here that like Dynasty saw the story like of the wrestling friendship of Cope and FTR, like yeah, which has served as the tag team turned into rated FTR, the rated R superstar. Like after losing their shot at the trios championships held by the Death Riders, it was not much like of a surprise for who like could divide it like who could divide between like them, like in abruptly like clear in like the lead like to the match, like firm their pursuit of gold, like the match framing their pursuit like for gold, like as that makes which made or breakout break about like for the together ultimately. But given the condition they left like him in Sunday, like it seems like that logical that Cope is due to be sidelines like for indefinite like length of time, which gives FTR some time to gain some momentum, like in against the wide or away like or babyface stars, like before like eventually returns like it like to also feels that whenever like he does return, like it will be a feud, definitely a feud against FTR, like and hardly like in his favor, like in his best condition, like and like he likely need a partner to uh to do so. Like Cope like has been known to in AEW, even teaming with Jay White at AEW Grand Slam Australia, like to take on the Death Riders. Yeah, take on the Death Rider. But yeah, so like there's like a a litany like of names like yeah that he could go by, and you know, and one of those names like that could be the opportunity that from the former ultimate opportunist could be none other than longtime best friend and like the former kayfabe brother Christian Cage. He could be in that role. Like Christian Cage tried to get one over Cope like after already like losing their war for the their war on the TNT title last year at Revolution to cash in his contract for the world championship, specifically like targeting like for former best friend, like before getting choked out by John Moxley. Like to lose the match, like for the both of them, like yeah, and like it appears like that to have lost like the previously like undering like faith like him in him like has like the patriarch from Nicholas Wayne and Kip Sabian side, like so perhaps that's like the long game like option, like yes, especially with All In Texas on the fast approach. Only time will tell. And yeah, I've been seeing this ever since before like anybody else has been seeing this. Like then I started with FTR like kind of teasing the split right here with Cope. I was like, maybe we could do that storyline. We could see the dream match with Cope and Christian could Cope and Christian can go reunite, and then this is where we see them taking on FTR, a match that we have yet to see in anywhere yeah anywhere in professional wrestling. But yeah, let me know down in the comments down below, which I think this is the right path, and then we could do the little patriarch feud with them, like with Christian Cage finally leaving his own group, like which it has his kayfabe stepsons of Kip Sabian and Nicholas Wayne, and then this is where yeah, this is where like this is very insane to see like yeah, what's his name Christian is a baby face like into a feud with the patriarchy, like when him even with him starting this in the first place. But but the thing is, he's going to change, and he's going to see the error of his ways, and that's why he's reunited with Cope, because he knew he was wrong for the last 3 years, and he wanted to make it right. But anyways, like, but yeah, now we got who will win the men's Owen Hart Cup tournament. This is a very another interesting $1 million question. Now, the does this settle like on the chaotic ending like of AEW Dynasty? Fans have their attention to what ties ahead, like in the AEW World Title scene. Like there are still like six potential challengers like to Moxley's crown for the crown for briefcase, like whatever you want like to call it, like at AEW All In on July 12th. Like the reason said like that six challengers like is because like that is the many men like that are like left like that are left like in the men's on Hard Cup tournament. That includes with Kevin Knight, which he shockingly beat Will Ospreay, which I heard there was a pretty I'll say convincing contest. And we got Mark Briscoe, like which he beat Kyle Fletcher. I'm so happy for the. No, what am I talking about? Well, I'm saying, no, Kevin Knight, like with Kevin Knight, like who lost to Will Ospreay, which I heard it was, and Mark Briscoe, like I was so sorry that he lost, like, and it's weird. Then they said both got eliminated, like on April 6th, like by Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher, respectively, and we got one side. On the other hand, we got Brody King, like someone who is probably already beaten in the tournament, like thanks to their setting to their meeting in the 2024 Classic, like and the never open weight champion Konosuke Takeshita, like never open weight champion. Oh yeah, he is. Like yeah, like Osprey's first opponent like in AEW after officially like signed with the company, like, and the man who eventually like took the international championship like away from him, like back in all the way back in Wrestle Dream. On the other side, like the bracket, Fletcher arguably yeah, has a tougher road of glory, road to glory, like, because then his former friends he as he will face Hangman Page, who his on his own length of fighting John Moxley, or a mystery card opponent like that still has not been announced yet. But who do you think that's going to be the mystery guy? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But to get out the way Osprey is making to in the finals, like on his side, like in the bracket, like there's arguably like one in AEW right now, like who is more over like with the fans than the aerial assassin, and given like his history with Brody King and Konosuke Takeshita, it's almost forgone like that we got a conclusion like that he will like make it to the finals at least. Like, and as for now, like who will face in the AEW Double or Nothing on May 25th. Like, yeah, running it back like with Fletcher, would certainly be a choice. Like, not one that would really seem all that inspiring. Considering that before Dynasty, like the last time the two men wrestled a pay per view match, and yeah, is that and then didn't include like the other was Wrestle Dream like 6 months ago. Like it says Osprey versus Fletcher part 5 is not like the right move. that leaves like the match between Hangman Page and the wild card. Like, yeah, the idea of Osprey versus Hangman is also what that many AEW fans excited as that is the match, like contenders match, like but one that has not yet happened, like making it like more exciting. The process, like it says, however, like Hangman like has lost like so like many big matches like that. Him like losing it isn't like out of the questions, like, but in the realm, the realm like of possible, like so, like whoever like his opponent is, like will be interesting. Darby Allin is up like in Mount Everest, so it couldn't be the former TNT champion, like so he's Eddie Kingston like is not like yet been cleared. So as far as known, like and Jeff Jarrett might want one more shot at glory. So he could so in his so he has history with Page and even with what's his name? Swerve Hangman at Page and Swerve Strickland. So it has to be him. But yeah, let's see, yeah, we got that could go like with Jeff Jarrett trying to win world championship before he hangs up his boots for good. And like so that could be the case, and then since John Moxley's not going to be doing much, like only just probably going to be in plenty of being in a title feud with probably a wild card challenger, so we could see like them doing like some and Swerve Strickland's going to be doing an angle with the returning of the Elite with probably with Okada and what's his name with and the Young Bucks with some allies, which I wonder who could be joining forces with the former AEW World Champion and mogul. But anyway, this is where we got also got But yeah, and it says right here that Bandito, like now that he's Ring of Honor World Champion, he can just go to the ROH show and then finally go finally end things with Chris Jericho once and for all, like after rematch after rematch. And we got so many matches. Yeah, which I'm gonna ask you, like, what exactly do you think that's gonna be next, like on the road to AEW All In? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But let's move on to the next news. We got next up. We got some. Yeah, Bully Ray explains like who's to blame for AEW's officiating issues. Like, and as AEW Dynasty comes to close, like at this past Sunday, like some fans some fans thought they were watching a rerun. That's because for the second straight pay-per-view, like Dynasty ended with a polarizing John Moxley AEW World Championship defense with a prevailing over Swerve Strickland after the Young Bucks made their return to lay Strickland out. Like the Bucks interference came after 30 plus minutes of Moxley and Strickland going toe to toe with toe to toe with the toe to toe with run-ins and yeah jump like the run-ins with the likes of the Death Riders, like Samoa Joe, Hook, and Katsuyori Shibata and Hangman Adam Page. But yeah, it says right here, this is the sort of many fans in pundits who have grown tired of. And it says right what it says else it says the sort of the many fans and pundits who have grown tired of Moxley title defense, ending with a cascade of interference, similar to matches involving the Bloodline in WWE and House of Torture in New Japan Pro Wrestling. But Bully Ray is more upset about another part of the main event, the usage of referee Paul Turner, on his Busted Open Radio, the two-time Hall of Famer, like lamented that the turn. It says right here, what is it? Like the two-time Hall of Famer lamented like that Turner like looked dumb like for just allowing Moxley and Strickland to brawl outside of the ring without counting or calling out a disqualification. Like he said like at the end of the day, like the truth yeah, the true root of the problem, Anthony Khan. Like Anthony Khan allows this to go because he doesn't care. Like he does not care about the referees because referees don't affect your cage match ratings, cage match ratings, in referees your 5-star match ratings, and referees don't affect like yeah, this is awesome chance and that is what Anthony Khan likes. But he said Anthony Khan is the issue across the board. It comes to referee not uh, adhering to the rules and things not making sense storyline wise. Main event not ending until 12:23 at night. Blah blah blah. And now other than Anthony, it's the boys. The boys are putting referees in bad decisions. What are your thoughts on Bully Ray's comments about AEW's poorly booking of referees and them calling the matches? Well, calling this match in particular. And I would say he got the point right here. Even though, like I said, I'm never ever gonna question anything that Anthony does in AEW. I never have, and I probably never will. Because most of the time, I put on good shows, but there's some flaws that even guys like me that are loyal fans of Anthony and AEW that we have to acknowledge, like what's going on, and hopefully that this mistake doesn't happen again. But I'm gonna let you guys get out of free will in the comment section right down below. But moving on, we got Anthony Bowens like won't rule out a tag team reformation, but has a big singles goal in AEW. Like among the biggest talking points coming of AEW's Dynasty pay-per-view on April 6th, like it was like the in-ring return of Anthony Bowens. Like the five-tool player answered like his former tag team uh Maximilian Caster's open challenge disposed of the man he won in the AEW World Trios and Tag Team uh, Championships, within the 4 seconds, within the acclaim, 40 seconds of the acclaim, now a thing in the past. Bowens revealed on the post Dynasty show media scrum that he has no plans on challenging for the AEW World Tag Team Champion with Billy Gunn, like and has his eyes on making his history as a single star. He explained, "I think we've accomplished everything that I've wanted to accomplish as a tag team. Like, despite my feelings with Max the Maximilian, the acclaim, are one of the best tag teams in the history of AEW. Like I'm pretty sure shire we still have the most wins in the history of the company as a tag team. Like I would gladly tag with him again if he needs to back me up. But right now, I'm focused on becoming a singles competitor, and achieving my goals. Like I am fully prepared to everything I can to work hard to continue to earn everything I have in the singles division. Like I fully intend to win gold. I would love to be AEW's first gay singles champion. So I have a lot of things that I'd like to accomplish. And that all starts right now. Bowens has originally joined AEW as as five tool player in 2020, but after teaming with Caster on episodes of of AEW Dark during the COVID-19 pandemic era. The acclaim ended up staying together until this year in the beginning of 2025, where the two men eventually went their separate ways. And do you want to see Anthony Bowens win a singles championship, whether that be in TNT, Continental, International, or both are unified with those two belts, with the International and the Continental could come together, or could you see him be the world champion? But either way, yeah, he will make history of becoming the first gay champion. And not to be funny, I think he would be the first ever gay singles champion in AEW, if you ask me. In this situation, I think that's gonna be an accurate statement. He's just speaking it in the atmosphere, and he will get that out of that particular manifestation. But wish him all the very best of luck, because yeah, he's right. He did everything that was for a tag team. Now it's time for maybe this is a blessing in disguise of him going after for his singles run, which it looks like he's going to be heading into much more sooner rather than much more later. But more on with Bully Ray's more understanding criticism, unlike a certain click member, like a certain click member would like to do. But no, and no, nothing against the CCO of WWE. He's all good because he don't have nothing, no bad will nil against him. He just said like they're doing their thing and I'm doing my thing, like which that's very understandable. But yeah, same like with Bully Ray here, which you can see in his perspective. I'm not trying to talk trash on him. It's just that it's a logical fact. But anyways, following the conclusion of AEW Dynasty of Sunday night, like fans had some mixed response to the creative decision like made by AEW president and Khan. Like yeah, although the three-way match like for the international title like in the Owen Hart Cup Foundation tournament bouts delivered like many fans were disappointed with the several outcomes elsewhere and on the card. Like the Young Bucks, like helping like John Moxley, like to retain doesn't make any sense, even though they're both out of their minds. I believe it's because of maybe like mistakenly, maybe this is, but maybe this is just a theory of mine that I'm about to say, and that is because of your boy Super Ninja Austin for him, like not really having good feelings for them, like like not not having a good vibe about them around them. Maybe it's because like they notice and they're trying to brainwash and try to destroy everything Super Ninja Austin loves. That's SNA's theory. The reason why they're doing what they're doing right now. Just don't tell nobody. This is our little secret. But anyways, like and like the title versus mask like match like between Chris Jericho and Bandito like seemingly left many feeling underwhelmed, which maybe they overdid that yeah as well, like which it even though they're trying to do something different that's understanding, but maybe they should have just stick to like a basic plan, like even though it could be too a bit boring, but at the same time it could tell a good story in a way. But anyways, I feel like, but including the host of where everybody are overwhelmed, including the host of the Busted Open Radio, which that being Bubba Ray Dudley or Bully Ray, whatever, and Dave LaGreca, then aired like their frustrations about the pay-per-view like as well as AEW's booking like as of late like prompting like the WWE LFG coach like to argue that like AEW's talent is struggling like and due to con- continuously like seeking like for Khan's validation. Every single and yeah, and this is what I believe what the Bubba had to had the had the remark like every single one of those talent like that go out there like are working for Anthony Khan's hug, like Anthony Khan's approval, like they're hoping like that in the middle like of their match like they get into this is like awesome chance like so yeah, Anthony Khan can tweet like from Gorilla just justified like this is awesome chance like and they want a 5-star ratings, like they want a good cage match rating, like that is the reason I am willing to be like everything is on it like and everything on it like that's behind the scenes matches behind these matches like I've given like the root like of the problem like and it has been the problem like from day one, and this problem isn't going away folks, like and then and WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry also provided his critiques like on AEW Dynasty, like explaining that the representation on the World Championship, like in the special and the speciality of the main event are two of the most important pieces of to success in professional wrestling, but stated that both were absent like at last Sunday's event. Which you can't really argue at both, the Dudley Boys member and the world's strongest man, and with them criticizing AEW, which they have a point. Like maybe like it was so maybe the match like in the main event was overwhelming. Like the view it like even though they did have some good matches with the likes of the Kenny Omega match and the Owen Hart Cup tournaments, like but if those matches weren't like well received by the fans, like you like what's the eight like the I'll say the world championship match should have been like more better than what they got presented. I mean, the only thing I like about the main event is just that it leads up into a story of me like talking about the Death Riders and the Young Bucks are working together to ruin everything that Super Ninja Austin likes about AEW. But the one thing you cannot do is do that exactly because I like everything in AEW except for those guys. Like that's the only thing that I'm not really a fan of right now of AEW. But there's something that you cannot ruin. Like that's one thing they cannot. And I'm not going to give out the reasons because they're trying to do it right now, trying to do something that's right out of the blue, like just to get me very angry and start moaning and complaining about it on my podcast here. But anyway, but yeah, like, but let me know down in the comment section right down below. But looking at their perspectives, they have a point. Like they're not just trying to generally trying to talk some sugar honey iced tea. They're just pointing it out like how like I would do on my podcast if we're talking about AEW Dynasty, which I was like I wasn't really a fan of this match. Like maybe I would have gave like Omega versus Ricky the Dicky Ricochet and Speedball Mike Bailey the match of the night, or maybe Will Ospreay versus Kevin Knight, or Mercedes Moné against Julia Hart. I would say those matches were. I heard that they were totally fantastic. Hopefully that we'll see the likes of Ospreay and Moné still be in the in the tournament and be a little bit of a spoiler. Those are the guys and girls that I'm going to predict that they're going to win the Owen Hart Cup tournament. And also I'll say let's see and then I would give like the the I'll say Kenny Omega match of 5 stars itself if I was watching it, and I think he's gonna do the same when he faces the bitch man over at All In. But anyways, like let me know what y'all thoughts on about AEW Dynasty. Like, and do you agree with Mark Henry and Bubba Ray like into this matter? Let me know also as well in the comments below. But Mark Henry like says that this AEW star impressed the sugar honey iced tea out of him at Dynasty. Former AEW star, but now returning WWE star, like due to his Legends deal, like Mark Henry wasn't totally impressed, like with the company's Dynasty pay per view this past Sunday. Like Henry disliked like how long like many of the matches like took, leading to the end of the show feeling rushed, like he felt like the main event like wasn't like allowed like to shine the way it should however, like speaking on busted open, like yeah, Henry like acknowledged like the few elements of the pay-per-view that he did enjoy, and he revealed them. Like he and he and he described Megan Bain was much of the shock of his entertaining viewing like on the show, and he said like her and Timeless Tony Storm, like did really well. Like it like was long, but it was good. Bane like impressed the sugar honey iced tea out of me. Like and with her endurance, like and there were like things that like she was doing late, like in the match, like some like of which like were like very complicated, and she like got through like that sugar honey iced tea like nothing. Like despite like a solid showing, like yeah, Megan Bain like wasn't able to beat like Storm for the women's championship. Like and on Sunday, like it was Bane's like first AEW pay-per-view match after joining the roster full time. Like earlier this year, like prior to that, like the 26-year-old like had like spent like time like wrestling for Stardom in Japan, like as well as U.S. based indies like GCW and OVW. Like another like aspect like of AEW Dynasty that Henry liked was FTR's heel turn on against Adam Copeland. Like after like losing like their shot at the AEW World Trios Championship, Uncle Dax the Axe Hardwood and Uncle Cash the Flash Wheeler teased that they were going to turn on each other like before like revealing that it was a plot. They instead attacked Copeland. Which it was like in New Day fashion, like looked like Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston were about to fall, only for the do the heel turn on the Big E, which that's kind of like the situation here. It kind of looks similar. Like if you can think about the parody, like with how I just theorized right here, like without showing the example, like in like in some images, like in that perspective. But it says right here, like tease that Copeland for like forcing him like to be carried like away out of the ring, like in a stretcher, like and although Cope, like in Christian, like Cage, like have yet to mend like their relationship. Like the storyline seems to be headed towards a reunion between the two tag team partners. But what are your thoughts on Mark Henry? What are your thoughts on Mark Henry's favorite matches of the night? And do you agree that these matches were very impressive and very, say, actually the most entertaining of the night? I would say I would agree with him on that reason in general, like because like they were like I heard that they were pretty good. Like I wish I could have watched it live, but due to some unfortunate like unbeneficial reasons, I never got a chance to do so. But yeah, either way, let me know down in the comment section right down below on what's your take on to the matter. But like let's And next up, we got Anthony Khan explains why, yeah, it took so long for AEW to run AEW pay per view in Philadelphia, and yeah, we got some more news about AEW. AEW Dynasty has had like the world talking since it went off the air, like it says right here. With the show producing numbers of high profile moments, like the Philadelphia crowd saw John Moxley beat Swerve Strickland with the help of the Young Bucks. Bandito and Adam Cole became the AEW TNT and Ring of Honor World Championship respectively, and and got signing like with we got well with like their first titles since signing the company in AEW. And we got some Owen Hart Cup tournament match that start off the pay per view. But why did it take so long for the pay per view to host on one of their major pay per view events in the city of brotherly love? In interesting questions like that. That question was answered by the AEW president himself, the man that you shouldn't be questioning, and that is Endene Khan. And at the Dynasty press post media scrum, who revealed like that hosting like a pay per view in Philadelphia has been on the cards as far back as 2020. Like and he explained we were like going to come like frankly it was like something like that was like going to happen. I had like the pandemic not hit, like then the pandemic hit, like and when we came back, like one of the first big shows like we actually did like the 2-year anniversary show of AEW Dynamite, like it was here in Philadelphia. like we had done like a lot of northeastern pay-per-view like in nearby markets, like, and this is always a crown jewel like that we'd like been like wanting to come like to for years. To me, like, this is one of the greatest wrestling cities like on the planet, like in the entire world. And for a show like tonight with a many great moments, like there are so many things like that I think that were like so Philly, I like so Philly, like, and Khan rounded off like by saying that he can't wait like to bring more like AEW events to Philadelphia. Or I don't know why, but I'm not questioning. Just saying, like, yeah, like I hope like hopefully that he has the same mindset for the best city of the United States, which I'm waiting for that to happen. Hopefully that'll be the case much more sooner rather than much more later. But in the future, including like hosting like a lot of more pay-per-views, like in the arena, like, or in the area as well. Like AEW will be hosting a pay-per-view like in both Arizona and Texas this year, which is an unusual pay-per-view. They would host the states, and like, which is double or nothing and all in, like two of the big most pay-per-views that, yeah, everybody probably will watch AEW big events like these, like for the first time over like the summer, like as well, like as a returning London in August for for the fourth annual Forbidden Door pay per view. But yeah, but what are your thoughts on to Anthony Khan, like explaining like why it took so long to have a pay per view like to take place in the city of brotherly love. Which, now thinking about it, I'm glad they waited this long. Maybe not this year because it gave me some type of PTSD, and maybe it's for the best I didn't made a review video of it, so I can understand why into that category. But we're gonna end today's wrestling news video with some with Dave Meltzer news, like as he explores like between the situation of AEW and Camille and how they go, like how they got there. During the first few months following Mercedes Monet's TBS championship reign, like she was accompanied by Camille, who served as her muscle, like until like the two like split, like while like the angle went nowhere. Like many like believed that Camille would end up receiving a huge push and even like potentially be the one to dethrone Monet of the TBS championship. I'm not sure if that will happen. That all depends. Like if that's in the plans. Like, but we're I'm not. But either way, regardless, I don't really want to get that to talk about any of those things like that right now. But like she hasn't competed since October of last year, 2024. But according on this latest edition of the Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer like talk about Camille's future in AEW might be like in jeopardy, like in hindsight. Like Meltzer like noted that it might even like have been like better like for Camille like to instead like to go to NXT instead of AEW, and first learn like the craft. Like they didn't do anything with her. Like for a starter, she came in like she had that terrible match, like, and then it was kind of like they pretty much like gave her on like yeah, like her like at that point, like he opponed like or he opponent. Like, but anyways, and this is what he added. I think like they may like not have understood the level that she was at, like like in very clear understanding questions, like before like explaining why like he like thinks like there was a misconception of what Camille could bring to AEW with AEW because it's like such a wrestling focused promotion. Like when like someone like isn't like good, like because most of the people like are really good. Like even one like the women's side, like it's really noticeable like when someone like is bad in interesting like in like during the like podcast appearance like last like month like like Anthony Khan like was asked about like Camille like he gave a storyline answer like and like simply like recapped how she like was last attacked like backstage but like suggested that like she could like be back like on television like at some point like in that and believes like that they'll I mean it'll be interesting to see like what she does in AEW by then. But what are your thoughts on to the updates of Camille, like in AEW? And do you think she's still under a contract, or do you think she's about the her contract is about to expire, or do you think that she's going to or do you think she's going to request for her release and she's going to go to somewhere like WWE, maybe NXT could help her like elevate her talent. Let me know down in the comment section right down below on what your opinion like and what's the status of it. And do you think we'll ever see Camille back in AEW television in some capacity? And do you think, and if so, do you think they're going to continue the storyline between her and Mercedes Moné? Which it depends on what's the status. I'll say, on my opinion, like I don't know, like what exactly the situation is. So it's still a bit too soon to assume like what's the what's it called the what's the no, what's the initial plans for AEW with the brick house. I guess that's what her nickname is. But let me know down in the comments. But I guess that'll be it for now. That was the latest edition of the wildest and intriguing wrestling news stories and rumors that you assassinators need to know. And let me know in the comments which one was your favorite news story out of this list. Like, and if I had to pick one, I would say maybe like maybe that's a good question. I think maybe the Mark Henry one, like when I'm saying that, like Megan Bain, like impressed the sugar honey iced tea out of him, which I bet that was a very terrific match. But we're gonna find out like all the matches like that was on the card, like on AEW Dynamite tonight on the post show edition, which I will be indeed making a review of. And make sure to check that out, Assassinators, and and yeah, and I hope you like this video. Please make sure to hit the big thumbs up button, hit the subscribe, post notification bells for more of SNA's videos. Subscribe on his other channel at SNA Entertainment. Link is in the description box below. And I will be doing a back-to-back video tomorrow, and it's gonna be the first time I do it two straight weeks in a row because it's gonna be Easter Sunday to Sunday, and it's gonna be WrestleMania weekend. So that's another reason why I cannot do the movie news on Sunday. And like, make sure to check out AEW Dynamite, which we will see Swerve Strickland will go one-on-one against the Bastard Pack, and we also got the women's Owen Hart Cup tournament that's been announced. Which you got the Thunder Rosa taking on Kristen Statlander. Which one of these potential rivals are going to be you're going to be making it to the second round. Hopefully, it'll be Thunder Rosa. Like, that's a biased opinion, I know. And hopefully, she hit the sunset for a powerbomb right on to the self-proclaimed born-again Kristen. Hopefully, Simon tells her to do so. Like, who knows? Like, maybe watch this and he probably told her to do that powerbomb. Like, I'll make my homie SNA a happy panda. But anyways, but yeah, And yeah, Thunder also throws right in the announce table. Hopefully that this could probably even learn turn it to like a swerve of a heel turn, which that's something that's probably been past overdue as well. But who knows? We'll have to wait and see what's going to transpire like on tonight's AEW Dynamite. But until then, like in the meantime, stay good to yourself. Have a wonderful, awesome, Wednesday, and I'll see you next time with some more SNA content. Until you meet again, Super Ninja Austin out of here. Bye-bye, my assassinators. Y'all take care. Have a miraculous, Wednesday. And see you later on tonight. Peace.